50 laps from the Finger Lakes in nearby Seneca, New York since the 1940s. They've been racing on the streets of Watkins, Glen, and today is no different. I'm Rick James. You're watching round 5 of Thursday Night Thunder, the Porsche pace car leading Brooklyn's Nick Pressy. He's got pole for this 5th race in the series. Fresh off a 1-week break that ended with a thrilling drive at Daytona, and we're ready for more action. If this is your first Thursday Night Thunder race, welcome. Yes, those are the Generation 4 stock cars. Paint schemes ranging from Nick Pressy's R32 Nissan Skyline, Toby Estes in the Impala off to his right, the 28 of Cody Pannell in a Ford Thunderbird. There's Dustin Painter in his 00 Pontiac Grand Prix. Green flag is about to come out. 50 laps in the Finger Lakes. Nick Pressy has the green flag. We're racing from Watkins, Glen. So far, so good for most of the drivers on this first lap. Brooklyn's Nick Pressy still out in front. Jeremy Brio sits in that second position. The number 9 Ford Nissan Skyline. Yeah, you heard me correct. Nissan Skyline with the R32 decals front and back leads the first lap from Watkins Glen. Jeremy Brio in the number 7 Ford Taco Bell Dodge Intrepid. Is that an Intrepid or a Charger? I can never tell. But Brio out of that first right-hander, excuse me, we are going right and left tonight, chasing down Nick Pressy with a big tail slide up the S's. Brio being followed by Toby Estes in his 7-8 High Life Chevrolet. Georgia's Cody Pannell sits in 4th. Massachusetts' Tom Sears sitting in 5th. There you see Matt Kent in the number 3-1 Pepsi Chevrolet. He is 3 seconds adrift of the top 5. Kent finds himself just ahead of Tommy Reynolds, bouncing over those curbs into the bus stop section with another one of those Ford Thunderbirds in tow. That's David Houck in the number 2-1 Exide Ford. And then it's Kansas City's Seth Watson, the KC Masterpiece, in the Rainbow Warrior number 9 DuPont Chevrolet, sitting in that 9th position. And Dustin Painter in the Buckshot Jones 00 Aqua Fresh Grand Prix, sitting at the tail end of the top 10. Dustin Painter comes into this race 4th in the points standings. He's 3 points behind Tommy Withers. This race is going to be a big turning point for the point standings, so we're going to be mentioning those points a lot. We're going to be mentioning how they change in this 5th round. So far, it's Toby Estes who's looking to make a big jump. This is his first Thursday Night Thunder race, and here he is doing well in his debut. The number 7-8 Miller High Life Chevrolet sitting in 3rd. John Honeybrink has an incident. The number 20 Old Spice Camry goes around by himself in turn number 1. Let's go back and see what happened to the deodorant liveried Toyota. Coming in way hot into turn number 1, and he goes for a big slide, locking up that Camry. Those General tires screeching to a sad halt, but Honeybrink gets it moving once again. He's sitting 23rd out of 23 cars. Florida's Richie Catania in the number 2-4 Chevy Impala on the outer loop. We have a yellow flag for the first time today. Looks like Matt Kent and Seth Watson involved in some action on lap number 3. Let's go back and see what happened. I've got to fix that. Watson looking to the inside of Matt Canton. These are two Jeff Gordon liveried Chevrolets colliding, coming through that bus stop. Look at Painter just almost avoid the 31. Donald Ray in the number 5 CarQuest Impala having to avoid that as well. Cody Riggs in the number 3 Chevrolet trying to get around that one. Oh, and one more time they just come together. It looks like they were both going for the same piece of real estate. Let's ride along with Matty Kent in the number 31. Sure if he saw Wansing at that point. Let's see if we can, well, wow, look at that. It's way harder than it looked. Let's go to Seth Wansing's view. Just a couple of drivers going for the same line into the bus stop. You see Wansing struggling to get through the grass, but it looks like he came off just a bit better than Matt Kent. And that throws out the first yellow flag of the evening. Brooklyn's Nick Pressy at the front of this race. He's got Jeremy Brio in that second position. Toby Estes rolling along in third in the number 78. It is a Nissan Dodge Chevrolet top 3 from the Finger Lakes. We're going to take a 90-second break, and we'll be back with more racing from Watkins Glen. About to go green once again from Watkins Glen. Brooklyn's Nick Pressy at the point in the number 9-4 R32 Skyline. Jeremy Brio sits second in line in the number 74. Toby Estes rolling in third in that number 78. Cody Pannell in the 4 car, sitting in the 4th position in the 28 car. We'll watch this green flag roll off, waiting for that signal. Pressy has the lead. Green flag is out. Let's go racing. Everyone makes it through mostly okay on that first lap. Brooklyn's Nick Pressy leading with a mirror full of Jeremy Brio. Headed into that first corner, 9-4, 7-4, 7-8, your top three. There you see the front valence of that 74 Dodge just slam against that asphalt. Pressy makes it through with that lead. Brio with a 1:13.51 now has the fastest lap of the race. The purple 74 goes purple for the show. One car off the track, that's Tommy Reynolds in that number 7, just ahead of Cody Pannell in the number 2-8. Haviland Thunderbird, he woes the car down into the bus stop with Tom Sears in tow in the number 1-4. Arcs Supra, the RaceArcs.com car, looks to get to the inside of the Georgian through the outer loop, or the carousel, if you will. Tom Sears in that 6th position. David Houck behind him in the number 2-1 Exide Batteries Ford Thunderbird. Then you've got Dustin Painter followed by Stamford, Connecticut's Thomas Andrews. The number 2 Miller High Life Chevrolet behind that Buckshot Pontiac. And then it's Ohio's Terry Gabbard, our hardest charger so far. He's up 12 places from where he started 8 laps ago. Nick Pressy just put in the fastest lap of the race, 1:12.82, the only driver so far to go through the 1:12s. Half a second ahead of Jeremy Brio through the carousel. Toby Estes still in tow. Further on back, Jason Alexander in the 5-3 Coors Chevy. He's battling with the 2-0 of John Honeybrink headed into the bus stop. Out of that carousel now, you've got the 2-0 of John Honeybrink just ahead of Jason Alexander. Further up through the field, New Jersey's Tristan Catania in the number 4-8 Pepsi Chevrolet, now behind Donald Ray in the 5, ahead of Seth Watson in the 9. Catania in that 4-8. That's one Jeff Gordon Chevrolet giving way to another Jeff Gordon Chevrolet. The Rainbow Warrior car raced between 1995 and 2000, getting around the 2002 Pepsi Chevrolet. That's 4th position. Wansing is up to 13th. Donald Ray in 11th right now, being chased down by Syracuse, New York's Ryan Pannell in the number 12 Hooters Mustang. A big fan of the Syracuse Orange. A big fan of NASCAR as well. Family coming to Watkins Glen through the generations. Ryan himself will tell you a story. There goes Catania, and story time halted by the New Jersey driver, coming to 2 screeching halts into that bus stop. And the number 4-8 Pepsi Chevrolet in big trouble. He's loose right across the racing surface. Tristan Catania losing control of his car. That 48 Pepsi Chevrolet now ahead of Cody Riggs in the 3. Catania being scored in 19th. Cody Riggs, the Kentucky pilot, being scored in 20th. Tom Sears also with an incident, and there goes the number 14 Supra down pit road. Big damage on the left front corner of Tom Sears. We've got to see what happened here. This is on lap 9 for the 1-4 Supra. Have a look. And there's already damage on Tom Sears' car. Must have fallen off the tracker at some point. Look at that. There's the slam that did it. Let's go back and see what could have happened, but the 1-4. There's the crash right there, and Tom Sears looks like he's entering the penultimate corner. There it is. Looks like he just slammed the wall after dragging tires on the grass. Let's have a look from a different angle. Well, kind of the same angle, isn't it? But let's ride along with the Massachusetts driver, and we'll see how he lost control of the 1-4. Heavy slam for the 1-4 of Tom Sears, and that is a deafening crunch that nobody likes to hear. But the Massachusetts driver is out of pit road with a repaired Toyota Supra. He comes out in the 22nd position behind Florida's Richie Catania in the 2-4. Tommy Withers, last race's winner at Daytona in that number 6 Dave Blaney Pontiac Grand Prix. Talk about a classic paint scheme doing well in the points, but kind of the opposite result from 2 weeks ago. Withers in the number 6 Pontiac, looking to do a bit better than 20th at the moment. Brooklyn's Nick Pressy still leading the way. He's led every lap thus far, 11 laps for those that are counting. Jeremy Brio in the number 7 Ford. Taco Bell Dodge sits in second. Toby Estes in third with Tommy Reynolds in close tow. Drag race into the first corner. Toby Estes survives. Tommy Reynolds just behind him, and he's going to go wide off that first corner. Salem, South Carolina's Jason Alexander is running in the 20th position thus far. There's the number 5-3 Coors Chevrolet. He's just behind John Honeybrink in that Camry, the Old Spice Camry, one of our first spins in this race. No damage so far. The number 20 Toyota comfortably in the 15th position. Matt Kent in the number 3-1. There's 2 cars going around right there. It's Riley Wright in the number 18 Z-Line Toyota, and Ryan Pannell, the native driver from nearby Syracuse, getting turned around in turn number 1. We mentioned earlier, his family been coming here since the 1940s. Talking about great-grandparents coming up to the Finger Lakes area. The first race here, actually from 1948 on Watkins Glen's public roads. There you see they ended that in the mid-50s. The Formula One World Championship has been here. IMSA's been here. NASCAR, IndyCar. It is a landmark across the globe. And one of its most recent accidents involving this driver here, hometown pilot Ryan Pannell. Let's see what happened to the number 12 Hooters Ford. Oh, the number 18 just sends it in deep into the back end of the 12. Let's have another look from Riley Wright's point of view. Oh, let's have a look here with Riley Wright. And if you have a listen, it sounds like the 18 just sent it in a bit too rough. Right to the back side of car 1-2, and that's a spin between Riley Wright and Ryan Pannell, just as we were watching Matthew Kent circulate around that first corner. So that brings out caution number 2 with Nick Pressy still in the lead. Jeremy Brio sits in the second position as Bama Trama is in the chat. Mama Vols, what's going on, ma'am? Glad to have you here. Send my love to the family down there in Tennessee. Send my love to Terry as well. And if you've just tuned in, I'm Rick James, and you're watching the 5th round of Thursday Night Thunder at none other than Watkins Glen International. Nick Pressy has led every lap so far, all 13 of them lucky, but will it continue for Nick? Let's find out in 60 seconds. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back for more action from Watkins Glen. Don't go anywhere. Back to Watkins Glen, where the restart has been waived. Seth Watson being scored as your leader. Jason Alexander in the second position, and then Brooklyn's Nick Pressy moving to the third spot. Pressy leading the race brilliantly for all 13 laps. Will now race his first laps not in the lead. Let's go to Nick and see how he plans on managing this restart. Nick Pressy, Rick James in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
Hey, buddy, you did a great job leading the first great long bit of this race. You're sitting in third. What's that going to mean for your racing strategy on this restart?
Well, now I know I can make it on one stop. These guys up ahead, I doubt, and they're on old tires anyway. As long as I don't do anything stupid, I should be fine.
Where's going to be the best passing opportunity to take the lead, Nick?
Well, considering I have to get around Jason first, if I can get around Jason, I would put my best pace at the bus stop. I seem to be braking later than everyone else there, and if that doesn't work out, it tends to lead very well into a carousel overtake.
Best of luck in these coming laps, Nick. One last question, the most important question. What's your favorite kind of pizza?
Anchovies. You weren't expecting that.
Nick, I rescind my good luck. I hope that you enjoy your anchovy pizza.
Thank you.
Good luck, buddy. Thank you. Brooklyn's Nick Pressy just going left field and saying he likes anchovy pizza. I don't know if he's being serious or not, but Downton Gaming says, no, he didn't. Anchovy. And that's what I'm thinking. Maybe he's just screwing around, and if he is, that's funny. I don't know. But A for effort, right? Seth Watson's got the lead coming out of turn number 11. The Porsche pace car will peel off. Green flag is going to come out. Let's go racing once again from Watkins Glen.
Green.
Drivers off the track in the carousel. That's Jeremy Brio in that 74. Is he still in one piece? Everybody, there's just flying out of that seventh corner. Everybody seems to be fine. Brio all over the track, as is Tommy Reynolds going very wide. That looked like Thomas Andrews in the number 2 car as well. That is the Miller High Life Chevrolet, just ahead of Donald Ray and Tom Sears in the number 5 and 14, respectively, running 12th and 13th with 17 laps now on the board. The KC Masterpiece, Seth Watson continues to lead. Nick Pressy did get around the 5-3 of Salem, South Carolina's Jason Alexander, and now the Missouri driver has the bullseye on his back. Brooklyn's Nick Pressy to the inside of Seth Watson for first, almost touching down that back straight. Pressy, new leader at Watkins Glen.
Flag is out.
Caution is out for the third time once again in the Finger Lakes. Tristan Catania falling off the racetrack, as did Tom Sears. Donald Ray in a bit of trouble. Let's go back and see what happened to the 48 car. See if we can find him first. There's Catania with what is undoubtedly the left front tire adorning the hood of that 2002 Chevy Monte Carlo. And that puts Catania literally with a three-wheeled effort trying to get into pit road, and that's just hilarious. So Tristan's going to grind his way down pit road. Tom Sears involved in his second accident in that 21st position. It was the left front tire, I think, the first time. Now it's the right front tire again, and the Massachusetts pilot in another quite funny predicament. And one of our race winners, Donald Ray, also getting a piece of the action. You can see a big dent on the left-hand side. Let's go back and see what happened to Tristan Catania. This is further on. Catania's already damaged the left front tire. Let's roll this back and see if we can find out where the damage occurred, because the 14 and the 5 may also be involved. There's Catania. Oh, just loose. He just got loose in the S's, and that's where the damage occurs for him. Donald Ray and Tom Sears are coming down into the bus stop. Tom Sears right ahead of Ray. Sears just loses the car in the bus stop. There goes Donald Ray. He gets a big piece of that one. And two isolated incidents mean a crash for three unique drivers. And caution number 3 flies over the Watkins Glen International Raceway. Donald Ray, the best off, and even so, he's got a big piece of damage on that car. So Nick Pressy is your race leader at the moment of caution. The number 94 R32 Skyline leads the number 9 Monte Carlo, and then the 7-4 Intrepid of Jeremy Brio sits in the 3rd position. Tommy Reynolds 4th, Toby Estes sitting in 5th, Georgia's Cody Pannell in the 6th position. Orange County's David Hauk in the number 2-1 Exide Thunderbird. How about that for a paint scheme? Running in 7th. Florida's Matthew Kent in 8th. John Honeybrink in the top 10 after going around early on. And North Carolina's Dustin Painter rounding out the top 10 from Watkins Glen. Lights are out atop the pace car. Nick Pressy will be the leader on the way to green. Let's see if we can bother Seth Watson for a really quick word. Seth Watson, Rick James up top. You got me?
Gotcha, buddy.
Restarting in 2nd, you had a small but sweet taste of the lead. What's it going to take to get around Brooklyn's Nick Pressy?
More skill on my part. These top 3 or 4 guys here, I mean, Pressy, Brio, Reynolds, Estes, Cody, those guys will probably get around me here. Trying to do a little strategy. I'm a 8th to 10, or well, not 8th, probably 6th to 10th place car, so trying to play a little strategy, see if I can't do something different here. It's really ruined now, but still got a trick up my sleeve. Going to try to do something different, catch some guys off guard here. So
Nick Pressy,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Nick Pressy said his favorite kind of pizza was anchovies. Seth, what is your favorite kind of pizza?
I love me a meat lovers pizza with some mac and cheese in it. They make that here at the Casey's in Missouri, and it's awesome. Meat
lovers. I thought anchovies was a weird answer, but meat lovers with mac and cheese takes it. Best of luck, buddy. Keep the shiny side up.
Thank you, buddy.
Seth Watson restarting 2nd in that number 9 with Jeremy Brio in tow. Waiting for the signal, waiting to restart. 19 laps into this race. Pace car peels off. Pressy has the control. We're racing again from Watkins Glen. contact headed into the bus stop. One car going off. It looked like that may have been the 44 of Josh Garrison. He makes it through. Briley Wright also makes it through. Might have been Donald Ray who just went off track in the number 5. There he is with some heavy scrapes on the left-hand side of his Chevrolet. Ray sitting in the 18th position behind Syracuse's Ryan Pannell. Briley Wright in the number 18 Z-Line Camry sitting in the 16th spot. Cody Riggs in the Dale Earnhardt livery, number 3 special paint scheme, looking to the inside of round 4's winner, Tommy Reynolds. Tristan Catania getting loose, underbraking into turn 1, taking all of the corner, cutting off Cody Riggs bravely into turn 1, but it works out, and the risk leads to reward. New Jersey's Tristan Catania in lucky number 13th position. Josh Garrison at the back end of the top dozen. Thomas Andrews sitting in 11th, and John Honeybrink rounding out the top 10 in the Old Spice Camry. .21 laps underway. Donald Ray at the back end of this close tail, led by Tommy Withers. The Amico Pontiac winning last week, and it boosted him in the points. As you're looking going into this round, Tommy Withers sits 3rd in the point standings. He's got 168 points. That puts him 2 markers behind the driver with that lime green or fluorescent yellow wing. That's Donald Ray, the Texas pilot, in the CarQuest Chevrolet, all over the back end of Ryan Pannell. And it's not the first time that the driver of the Hooters Ford has had other drivers trying to get around him. But will the 5 go through him, or will he go on the top side? Briley Wright on the outside. That's the driver that went through Pannell in turn 1, almost 3 wide out of the first corner, with Donald Ray taking big advantage on the 18 of Wright. Pannell gets around without a scratch. Briley Wright makes the mistake earlier, but this time it's a much cleaner effort. Hats off to Briley Wright for getting through. And Donald Ray and Ryan Pannell, because that frankly was impressive. Tommy Reynolds also coming through with the impressive lap times. A 1:12.61 gives him the fastest lap of the race. The number 7 Aramark Chevrolet sits 3rd. Let's go for a lap with the pilot of the number 7. This is the 2.5-mile Watkins Glen from the cockpit of the number 7 Chevy. It takes patience and skill to get around Watkins Glen, as well as Tommy Reynolds, and he's done it beautifully. The pilot of the number 7 Aramark Chevrolet sitting in that 2nd position. You saw earlier Reynolds was struggling to keep his car in a straight line. Nick Pressy did the same and briefly went off track. You might as well call it a crash on that 23rd lap. Keep your eye on that 94. Aggressively attacking the curbs through the bus stop. He hits the grass, and you see the grip break on that 94 car, sliding up onto the flat surface that is the carousel. Pressy gets it moving once again, currently being scored in 9th. And our friend Terry Gabbard went off the track as well a lap prior. This is the Ohio pilot in the number 4 Freaky Fast Ford. Keeps it moving incident-free. Tommy Reynolds is in second, 6/10 off of Jeremy Brio in that 7-4. Nick Pressy now with all the work to do. The number 94 Skyline sitting in 6th at his home track. Daniel Maddox now has issue. The driver of the number 10 has crashed, and he immediately jumps to the pits. This is Daniel Maddox crashing. Just loses control. Wow, he slammed that inside wall hard out of turn number 1. Let's have a look. On board with Maddox, he goes for a double tap there. Not a soft crunch by any means. Jeremy Brio still in the lead with Tommy Reynolds on full attack into that number 7 just before the halfway mark. Reynolds tries to go on the outside, but he goes just a bit too strong. Now this time, out of that carousel, taking a shorter line, but a slower line, counting on the slingshot, headed into turn number 10. There you see Toby Estes in the number 7-8. Miller car. He sits 3rd right now. Cody Pannell in the distance. Brio and Reynolds on opposite sides of the racetrack, but still giving it. They're all doing a brilliant job so far. 25 laps complete from Watkins Glen, and it's 25 laps to go. Jeremy Brio leading. Tommy Reynolds in 2nd. Toby Estes in 3rd. Reynolds will have a fantastic angle to attack this time by 7-4, 7, 7-8. Reynolds gets into the grass and he just sabotages his own attack for first. Falls well off the racetrack. Terry Gabbard. There goes Tristan. I'm sorry, not Tristan. This is Tristan's brother, Richie Catania, who's just gone off the racetrack. Seth Watson may have had some similar troubles in the 9. There he goes, flying over those curbs. Taking a big risk, but staying on full attack there. Richie Catania going around by himself from one DuPont Chevrolet in one single piece to another DuPont Chevrolet in multiple pieces. Not good for the Jeff Gordon liveried Chevrolet, but Catania soldiers on in the number 24. Tommy Reynolds giving up the 3rd position to Toby Estes in that number 7-8. Reynolds getting a bit out of control and squirrely there, and it seems like the car is finally catching up with the 7. That's a few scrapes alongside the wall made by the driver of the Aramark Chevy. He's got the fastest lap of the race thus far, but it's showing for 3rd with Estes in 2nd and Jeremy Brio running away with this lead. He's got a 1.8 second gap over Estes. So Brio in the 74, still with that 1.8 second gap as Tommy Reynolds now has another angle to move another position, but this time he's got to climb the mountain back to the back end of Jeremy Brio leading this race. Further on back, Briley Wright getting around the 2-0 of John Honeybrink from one Camry to another. Wright moves his car into the top 16. There's Tommy Withers in that number 6 Amoco Pontiac. He's following Donald Ray, who's behind the 1-2 of Ryan Pannell. Pannell in that Hooters Ford behind Tristan Catania and Cody Riggs. With Riggs, he sits in 11th. You're looking at 12th, 13th, and 14th, respectively. Donald Ray on the back end of this 4-car train. 23 laps to go now for these drivers. 22 next time by. Matthew Kent in the number 31 Pepsi Chevrolet, rolling 8th right now ahead of North Carolina's Dustin Painter. That's, again, not Tristan, Richie Catania in the number 2-4, making way for faster cars like a gentleman. And the number 2-4 DuPont Chevrolet continues to soldier with a wounded car, and Richie spins through the carousel, locks up those General tires, comes to a bit of a halt there. Keeps it moving. That's Thomas Andrews getting around him in the number 2. Andrews being scored in 10th, 7 seconds behind Dustin Painter. Tommy Reynolds has crashed. 3rd place, Tommy Reynolds has crashed the number 7 Aramark Chevrolet. Let's see what happened to Reynolds on lap 28. He's already got damage on his car. This is Reynolds behind Estes trying to pass for 2nd. Falls off the track. Does he recover? No, that's earlier where he scraped the wall. Not sure what happened to Tommy Reynolds, but he went from 3rd. And now he's got a good-looking race car again, but at the expense of losing all sorts of positions. Seth Watson in the number 9 DuPont Chevrolet sitting 17th, exiting pit road after Reynolds. He's got fresh tires and fuel, but now he sits in 16th, almost a full minute off the pace. However, with these fresh tires, he's going to put in some blistering lap times. Jeremy Brio continues to lead, but it's only a 0.4 of a second advantage. Toby Estes, sitting in that 2nd position, has 9 seconds between him and 3rd place, Cody Pannell. All of the top 7 have not come down pit road since lap 13. The next driver on track with fresher tires is Cody Riggs. No, I'm sorry, Cody Riggs in 9th. Did come down pit road on lap 18. Tristan Catania behind him in 10th. He's up 5 places from where he started. He's battling Donald Ray for the 10th position. Catania on the outside, Ray to the inside. The CarQuest Chevrolet gets the position. Donald Ray, he also pitted on lap 18, and he's using his tires to good advantage. Cody Riggs, 7 seconds between him and Thomas Andrews over the last 5 laps. There you see Thomas Andrews, 1.5 seconds slower 2 laps ago, 0.4 of a second slower last time around. Cody Riggs making good time with 20 laps to go. Jeremy Brio leading this race. Toby Estes behind him. There's the number 7-8 Miller High Life Chevy. Brio wide out of the penultimate corner. He will go from 2-0 to go with 1-9 at the line. The number 7-4 Taco Bell Dodge, close to leading the most laps so far. Brio comes into this race 10th in the points standings. He finds himself just 7 markers off of Tristan Catania, who's further back through the running order. Brio has not won a race thus far. We've had 4 races and 4 unique winners in Thursday Night Thunder. Will we go 5 for 5? 18.5 laps to find out that answer. But don't look now. One driver who's got his groove and coming back. Brooklyn's Nick Pressy in the number 94 Nissan gets around Cody Pannell for 3rd. He does find himself 10.5 seconds behind Toby Estes. Over the last 5 laps, Pressy has been both faster and slower. Look at the way Pressy just attacks those curbs into the bus stop. That's got to be a big part of his success so far. The Brooklyn native sits third out of 23 drivers. Pressy doing a grand job in that third position. Cody Pannell a second and counting behind him. Cody Riggs watching the gap grow between himself and Donald Ray, but he's still within 1 second to the Texas native. Into round 5, Cody Riggs finds himself 16th in the points standing. He's actually tied with Tommy Reynolds, who was running in the top 3 before that crash. Reynolds now finds himself 12th, but he is making up great time, having last pitted on lap 28 with Seth Watson and Richie Catania. Reynolds is making the best of those fresh General tires and slicing through this field. Cody Pannell and David Houck have entered pit road. The number 28 Haviland Thunderbird and the number 21 Exide Thunderbird come for tires and fuel. 18 laps remain. Tommy Withers in 14th, gaining ground on those down pit road. Tommy Reynolds as well. There he is on the inside of Cody Riggs. Tommy Reynolds up the S's now. He's in the top 9. Tristan Catania just ahead in the number 4-8 Pepsi Chevrolet, trying to find a good line with which to battle car number 7. Reynolds will take the outside, Catania the inside. Tristan bouncing off of those curbs just like Reynolds, slicing left and right, but Reynolds, look at the speed he just carried through that bus stop. Beautiful overtake on car 48. Tommy Reynolds is on a mission. Let's have a look. One more look at that overtake, because that was pretty cool. Have a look at the speed that Tommy Reynolds gets around Tristan Catania. Reynolds in the white number 7 there on the bottom of your screen. Catania in the 48. And let's try to appreciate just the speed that he uses through the bus stop. It's got to be a big part of how Reynolds just gets around this track so quickly. Textbook overtake on car 48. Tommy Reynolds finds himself in the 7th position, getting around Donald Ray. Thomas Andrews is next, 11 seconds ahead of car 7. Meanwhile, Cody Pannell and Cody Riggs battling into the bus stop. Jason Alexander with a couple of plumes of smoke coming from his car. The South Carolinian finds himself in the 20th position thus far. Richie Catania in 19th, having a bit of an off. He's right ahead of the leaders. The DuPont Chevrolet wisely gets on the brakes, lets the top 2 by, and a classy move by Richie Catania, allowing the leaders to battle on. It's going to be 15 laps remaining when Jeremy Brio crosses the line. David Houck and Tommy Withers battling for position. The number 2-1 Exide Thunderbird manages his way around the number 6 Amico Pontiac, and he's trying to go 2 for 2. Just can't get around the Syracuse native. Ryan Pannell in the Hooters Mustang. Looking ahead into that first corner, Pannell running 12th, Houck in 13th. Houck's going to have a good move on Pannell, headed into the bus stop. Let's ride along with the Orange County native. That elevates David Houck into the 12th spot. Seth Watson is up ahead, and he can see the shadow of that mauve and black Thunderbird appearing in the distance. Wansing in his Jeff Gordon liveried Chevrolet, looking ahead to another Jeff Gordon liveried Chevrolet, that of New Jersey's Tristan Catania on the back end of the top 10. He's up 5 places from where he started. And Catania trying to defend the spot from Seth Watson. The Rainbow Warrior Chevrolet lined up behind that 48. Jason Alexander up ahead in the 5-3 Coors Chevy, but that's not for position. Alexander currently running 20th. Watson in the number 9. He looks for a move around that 48. And he won't pull it off this time around. And there goes Seth Watson, who spun it. Great drift through that bus stop, but almost getting into David Houck. How cleverly avoiding that number 9. Tommy Reynolds in the 7 car. He's had a spin or two as well, but the 7 continues to soldier on, as does car number 12. David Houck into 11th. Tristan Catania just 2 seconds ahead. Richie Catania with some more issues in the 19th position. The number 2-4 DuPont Chevrolet gets into some trouble, and he keeps it moving. The Floridian still fighting despite the uphill climb, and you love to see it. Nick Pressy up into the 2nd spot. He has not come down pit road since lap 13, and here he comes now. The Brooklyn native, one of the fastest drivers all race long. He spun it earlier in the R32 Skyline. Can he manage a podium finish? Can he even manage a win? Lucky number 13, laps remain in the Finger Lakes. Toby Estes leading the race from pit road. Jeremy Brio in the 7-4, exiting turn number 11. Brio is going to chase him down. Estes still not moving. There he's down. He's away. Brio looking to the inside. And the number 7-4, Taco Bell Dodge Intrepid, back to the point. Car 7-4, new leader. Toby Estes leaving pit road. He's got tires that are 1 lap more fresh than Jeremy Brio. Terry Gabbard, look at Brio, just sails right there through the grass. Will that constitute a penalty? Will Brio have to give up any time? Estes on his tail end now. Does Brio have to give the time back? Estes right there. Is that Rich Catania again? Yes. Jeremy Brio just ahead of the 7-8. The Estes trying to find some way around the 7-4, but the 7-4 retains the lead out of turn 11. Lucky number 13 becomes a dozen laps to go as Brio uncontrollably slides that 7-4 out of turn 11. Drag race for the lead with a dozen laps remaining. Estes to the inside slams the valence of that Miller High Life Impala against the New York asphalt. Goes against that gold and red colored rumble strips out of turn 1, using all of the exit headed into the S's. Terry Gabbard in the Jimmy John's Ford, looking in the rearview mirror, waiting for the leaders to circle their way around the Ohio native. Gabbard giving a little bit of the inside line, going off the track right in front of the leaders. Gabbard finally making way into the bus stop. 7-4, 7-8, and a very slow number 4. Mercifully clearing his path, and now there's Matthew Kent, there's Rich Catania running 15th and 16th, both respectively, and both in Pepsi Chevrolets. How do you like that? I was mentioning to these drivers earlier, did everybody just decide to go with the Jeff Gordon paint scheme? Watching Toby Estes in the Miller High Life Chevrolet trying to work his way around Catania, and this is so inconvenient for Estes. The gap now 1 second with 11 laps remaining. Kansas City's Seth Watson rocking a Jeff Gordon paint scheme. that number 9, so there's 1. Matthew Kent, in what looks to me like the Busch car that Jeff Gordon drove in the 90s. He's sitting 12th right now. There's another Jeff Gordon paint scheme. Tristan Catania in another Pepsi paint scheme and a Jeff Gordon paint scheme. He's sitting in 13th. That's the 02 Pepsi 400 livery. Richie Catania in the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet with the Flames. A lot of love for Jeff Gordon today. And I love Jeff Gordon, so why not? But that's not important. Jeremy Brio is leading by 1 second. Toby Estes trying to claw his way back. Cody Pannell all over the back end of Nick Pressy and has the 94. Lost his mojo. Pressy last pitted on lap 32. I'm sorry, Cody Pannell pitted on lap 32. Nick Pressy pitting on lap 37. Pressy has worked his way into the top 4, and does Pannell have a response, because Pressy is just pulling away at a quick rate. It's 10 laps to go from Watkins Glen. Tommy Reynolds sitting in third, 13 seconds off the top 2. Nick Pressy just 1 second behind him. And it looks like Pressy might need a caution to get up to the leaders, but anything is possible. It will be 9 at the line. Jeremy Brio now behind Matt Kent in the number 31. He's looking to put the 12th place driver 1 lap down. Withers in the number 6 Amico Pontiac. He's trying to catch up to Terry Gabbard. Gets a little loose out of the bus stop. Round 4's winner. Chasing down Gabbard for 14th, Tommy Withers. Had a chance to go for 2 wins in a row, but we may very well get another first-time winner this season. You have to look outside the top 4. Toby Estes has crashed. Toby Estes sitting in second in the number 7-8 Highlight Chevrolet, running a brilliant race, and there is the caution. Caution number 4 comes out over Watkins Glen. Nick Pressy's New York dreams come true, and we are going to have a restart inside the final 9 laps. Let's see what happened to Toby Estes in the 7-8. Matt Kent on the outside of car 78. Kent just really gets on the binders and locks up the wheels, and Toby Estes comes to a small halt right there, and the number 10 of Dan Maddox plowing into car 78 with fury. Not sure what Dan Maddox was thinking at this moment in time. Let's go back and see Toby Estes. Let's go back a bit. I want to hear what the engine sounds like from Matt Kent's point of view. He just really locked the tires up, headed into the corner. Now, you're riding along with Dan Maddox, and it's a blind corner here, and by the time he sees the 7-8 car, it is way too late. Far too late for Dan Maddox, and that's going to bring out the most recent yellow flag, our 4th yellow in total. Jeremy Brio leading Tommy Reynolds, Nick Pressy sitting in that 3rd spot. This is going to be fun. We're going to restart inside the final 6 laps of action. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with what we hope will be some more of the most thrilling racing we've seen all season. Don't go anywhere, fans. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more of di9 Designs Thursday Night Thunder. going green, this time by. The flag will wave and signify that Jeremy Brio just has another 6 laps to get to the finish. Let's go racing!
The yellow flag is out.
Caution flag comes out immediately with 6 laps to go. Dustin Painter crashes. Seth Watson, Toby Estes already involved in this one as well. There's the 0-0 Buckshot Pontiac. Not the result the North Carolinian wanted. And almost immediately, it's calamity in what we hoped would be our final restart. Let's go back and see what happened on that restart. The 0-0 of Dustin Painter. Crashing there with the 9 of Seth Watson. Coming to the green flag here with 6 laps to go. Oh, he just gets run over into the first corner. Stanford's Thomas Andrews also getting a big piece there. Let's watch again. Oh, he looks like he just got loose and he locked up the tires. Nick Pressy, Cody Riggs trying to get around him. Heavy crash from the 2 of Thomas Andrews. Let's ride along with Cody Riggs and see what it looked like from his end. Looked like he avoided that one with no contact. One more look. It's time from the other end of Cody Riggs. Let's see how he got through this one. Not a scratch on it, and for me, that looks like a cold trickle move of the race for Kentucky's Cody Riggs.
Ice cream! Give me some of those!
Cars racing back around to the pace car where Jeremy Brio is positioned. He's got Cody Pannell, who will be restarting in the 2nd position, or at least being scored in the 2nd position. Tristan Catania getting around him. Pannell pitting 4 laps prior to Jeremy Brio. Will those tires make a difference? David Houck being scored in 3rd. It is a Dodge Ford top 3. Both of those Thunderbirds, the 2.8 and the 2.1 respectively, have not been in the top 3 up until this moment. Rockwall, Texas, Donald Ray sitting in the 4th position. First time Ray has been in the top 5. And then Brooklyn's Nick Pressy. What can you say about him clawing his way back? Despite that heavy damage, he's going to fight for a win on his home track. It's going to be 2 laps to go when we get the green, it looks like. Yep, lights are still on atop the pace car, so it's going to be a green-white checkered attempt for round 5. You could not ask for anything more exciting. Thursday Night Thunder continues to deliver, and Tommy Withers wants to deliver his car into the guardrail for some reason. Let's go back and see what happened to car number 6. Seth Watson gets into the 6 car. That's weird. and this is Watson coming through the bus stop. One more look from the cockpit of car number 9. One more definitive look. That wasn't very... It just looked like Watson may have just disconnected. You see, he just turned right, but... Not sure what happened. So car 74, Jeremy Brio leads as the sun shines and reflects down off that purple 7-4 Taco Bell Dodge. Cody Pannell in second, David Houck in third, Donald Ray fourth. Brooklyn's Nick Pressy rounds out the top 5. You've got Cody Riggs in the 6th position. Tommy Reynolds is 7th. Toby Estes in the number 7-8 Miller High Life Chevy makes it back inside the top 10. North Carolina's Dustin Painter in the Aqua Fresh Pontiac starts 9th. Florida's Matt Kent in the number 3-1 Pepsi Monte Carlo. Almost doing a Kimi Räikkönen. He's going in a straight line while everybody else is doing wicked tire warm-ups around him. I love that. Terry Gabbard slams the wall under caution. And the West Alexandria pilot going for some extracurriculars. Oh no, it just looks like a couple of drivers got together, possibly under warm-ups. You see Jason Alexander getting a piece of the action too. So ready for green-white checkered attempt number 1. Jeremy Brio leads. Cody Pannell out of that final corner. Then you've got David Houck sitting in third, waiting for the signal. 5 miles remain. Green flag is out. Sun shining through cloudy skies. 1.5 laps remain. Jason Alexander with a big crash down that back straight. The Salem South Carolinian with a wounded Coors Chevrolet. We stay green with Jeremy Brio leading with a wide line out of the carousel. Cody Pannell in tow. David Houck in third. Of the top 5, Cody Pannell and Donald Ray are previous race winners in this season of Thursday Night Thunder. But will we go 5 for 5 with races and winners? White flag is out. Car 7-4 leads. Car 2-8 in tow. Car 2-1 in third. Jeremy Brio leading Cody Pannell by 9/10 of a second into the S's. Nick Pressy, who's trying to get a podium finish, sits in 5th right now behind Donald Ray. Pressy looks to the inside of Ray. They will come together into the bus stop, but Pressy gets the position brilliantly. Brio leading by a half second. There go Estes, there go Ray. Toby Estes trying to hold on to his race car. Everybody rubbing and trading paint through the corners. The 9 and the 31 trading spots at the back end of the top 10. Look at this hornet's nest behind them for position, but ahead of it all, Jeremy Brio driving a brilliant race, defends one last corner against Cody Pannell, and we will have a 5th winner in 5 races. It is Jeremy Brio winning at Watkins Glen. Cody Pannell in second. Brooklyn's Nick Pressy gets the podium finish. And the number 74, Jeremy Brio, gets the W. The Taco Bell Dodge coming to victory lane for the first time today. Cody Pannell offering congratulations and a brilliantly driven race for Pannell. David Houck in the 2-1, finishing fourth. Donald Ray finishing in the fifth position. Fans at home, don't go anywhere because we're going to have podium interviews in just a moment. The 7-4 of Brio offering some heavy congratulations to the 2-1. Donald Ray with a lighter option. There's the 5-3 of Jason Alexander. Stuck on the wall. Jeremy Brio will come across the start-finish line and celebrate. He's going to burn the house down in style. Coming into today's race, 10th in points, winless, and Brio gets the job done from Watkins Glen. Fans at home, once again, don't go anywhere. Podium interviews in just a moment. Jeremy Brio, your winner at Watkins Glen. On the podium now with our top three, starting with the hometown flavor of the week, Brooklyn's Nick Pressy coming home with a third place finish. Nick, great job bringing it home in that special Nissan Skyline paint scheme.
Yeah, this is a special paint scheme I just wanted to bring out today. You know, with all the hills, the GTR is known for being a favorite in the Togue racing scene. So I thought bring a little humor there. Um, After that spin out, I really thought I was in pretty bad shape. Fortunately, that caution came out, but the restart, as you saw, was not to my advantage particularly. Nor was the final one. Uh, I had to do some pretty ridiculous moves just to be able to get to third. Drag racing Davey down the line. Really hard fought. I'm really tired.
Still a brilliant job. Nevertheless, you come home with a third place finish. Congratulations, Nick.
Thanks.
Our second place finisher, Cody Pannell in the number 2-8 Haviland Thunderbird. Cody, only your second race in Thursday Night Thunder this season, and you would have come up with a second win in 5 starts.
Yeah, I was pretty satisfied with second because honestly, I was fifth fastest all night. So A little bit of strategy played into my hands there at the end by staying out, and I'm not sure what happened to Toby, but they were head and shoulders above me for most of the race. So I was happy to be able to bring it home, and congratulations to Jeremy and Team Sideswipe for bringing home the checkered flag.
Now, next week on the schedule, the tour goes to Dover. Will we see a third appearance for you?
Yeah, I should be able to make it. And I had pretty good luck in the practice race there for Thursday Night Thunder. So I'm definitely looking forward to that one, and hopefully get back to a little bit of what I'm better at in these road courses.
It's going to be a fantastic race, Cody. Congratulations on your second place finish.
Thank you, Rick James.
Our race-winning interview brought to you by the good folks over at di9 Designs, the Chase Elliott custom graphic design page on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at di9 Designs. They post graphics on all platforms multiple times a week and take requests on all types of logos, Chase Elliott wallpapers, iRacing schemes, and more. Follow and DM them for more details. They are not affiliated with Hendrick Motorsports or Chase Elliott. Be sure to use the code di9 Designs for free shipping on your diecast and merch orders over $20 on CircleBDiecast.com. And now our race winner, driver of the number 74 Taco Bell Dodge. He is the fifth winner in 5 Thursday Night Thunder races. Jeremy Brio, welcome to the Winners Club, buddy.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, it was a hell of a race. I'm kind of surprised I won it. I think Nick was way faster than me. But that's what happens when you bring the R32 out from Initial D. It always finishes second. So, it sucked for him. He got screwed over on the bus stop and spun out. But other than that, good for him to recover for third. And awesome for Cody to come home second for Team Sideswipe. And overall, good day for us.
You're going to head next week into Dover tied for fifth in the points with John Honeybrink. Donald Ray will lead the standings with 215, and you'll only be 36 markers behind headed into round 6 of 12. It'll mark the halfway point in the season, Jeremy. Do you see a championship in your future?
I hope so. But you never know. I mean, I missed a race at the start of the season at Rockingham, so I don't know if I'll be able to make up the points deficit. Jacket's solid every race, no matter what track it is, so he's going to be hard to beat. Cody's if he's going to be making it every week, he's going to be making it pretty hard for me to make up points. So, yeah, hopefully we can, keep this going into Dover, but you never know. That's just how racing goes.
We'll see you in 7 days. Congratulations on the win, JB.
Alrighty, thank you, Rick.
Fans at home, that's going to do it for us tonight. Rick James TV will be hosting Turn Down for What next Tuesday right here on this channel. And of course, 7 days from now, we're going to have round number 6 from Dover. Don't miss that. And until that next race, everybody, please do stay safe. Take care of each other, and we will see you all around the corner.